I'm Nick Welker and I'm a fourth generation farmer. Our farm has been in operation for over 100 years. My great-grandfather homesteaded here in 1912. We still farm the same land as well as a bunch more. Throughout the years, we've grown significantly in land. Technology has taken farming to levels never before dreamed. My dad and my brother and myself work together and we strive each day to make a living in this life.
Farm began, as Nick said, by my grandfather. He wanted to come up here and homestead along with his brother. Then I came along, and third generation has picked up where my dad and uncle have built, and I'm managing this for the next generation, the fourth and the fifth that's can be outside right now playing in the playground.
Life on the farm is an adventure, and it starts really young, and it's awesome. I remember as a kid chasing chickens around and grabbing them, and you get to do stuff that a lot of people don't. Watching our kids the first time hold a chicken is something else. It's funny, the look on their face. I mean, you wouldn't think it'd be that special, but to them, this is unbelievable. And so it's pretty watching these kids grow up and get to experience some of the stuff that I got to do when I was in my childhood, which is one of the big reasons why I wanted to keep farming, was to give the opportunity for them to be able to grow up in those same environments, see all that, and do all that.
We have strengths and weaknesses that complement each other.
We're gifted with different abilities, whether some might be mechanics. He's our gearhead. I tend to be more of an operator, a lot of the technical stuff, whether it's software, technology. A lot of farming now is becoming data oriented. My dad is really good at numbers and looking at the farm operation from the business side.
We know that there's an end goal to make the farm work, so we each take a part and we work together as a family.
The opportunity to have both sons on the farm is really many fathers' dreams, that they can actually see the development of what you put into those young years become to fruition, to a bountiful harvest. I think it's been a very blessed time to be able to be part of a family farm.
The farm operation itself has changed significantly. Back in 1912, I think they just ran some livestock, some sheep, but throughout time, crops were introduced. Wheat became the main crop for a while, so that was the big thing. And then it became the equipment to grow the wheat crop. It's gone from literally feeding your horse and your mule to go the day to now we're connected to the World Wide Web and computers and technology, and it's become more than sometimes we can keep up with. It is amazing how much of a roller coaster farming is. You think you're on top of the world, and then the next day you've lost it all.
For example, 10 years ago, we had a hailstorm that came through and it just destroyed the roofs on our houses and broken windows, and it did a lot of damage. And I'm thinking to myself, imagine if we didn't have those insurances on whatever it might be. All of that would have to come out of pocket, which means that's less income for the farm.
In the farming business, you have risks that you have to absorb, and you have to process that. And so you have to decide where you're going to take the risk and what are you going to use as an instrument to facilitate that risk to a minimum. The advancement of technology has a cost involved. People go out and get a mortgage, one piece of equipment.
You know, it's not if, it's when we are going to have a problem. There's going to be something that comes our way that we are hit sideways we don't even see.
I think about having an insurance agent, someone that you know that can come and see your property, that knows your property, that knows your operation. So a huge part at first for me is finding an insurance that you know can develop the relationship with. They understand what your needs are, what you're doing, what your operation, and then that way you feel protected. You feel like if something happens, a catastrophic event, and you've got to go to them, they have invested interest in their relationship with you to help you in that, and that is huge.
We have to have things covered to be insured for if something happened.
We had an old homestead building that was only 40, 50 feet from my home catch fire in the middle of the night once, and I woke up to a blaze right next door, a light coming out a window, and I mean it's you come out there and you're waking up and smoke everywhere, and I mean it's a shocking event, and I couldn't imagine having it to your home. But a lot of times I think about the shop at night. You know, we do a lot of stuff in here. We're grinding, chopping, cutting, torching, welding. There's hot equipment in here. There's this, there's that, there's this, and something could short out in the middle of the night and take the shop down, and losing something like that would just be catastrophic.
About a year ago, I had a very unexpected incident happen in the shop. My brother and my dad were away, and I had a big heavy beam, about 600 pounds, land on my arm and break it in half. Both bones here broke, and I have 2 metal plates in there. And in that, there was a lot of expenses that occurred. If I didn't have insurance, that would have been a huge burden on my family. Huge burden.
Family's a big part of our operation. I've got a bunch of little ones, my brother does too, and they're the next generation coming. And we don't know who's gonna have the interest in wanting to do this as a career and who doesn't. We started pretty young. I started when I was 9 or 10, so did my brother, during harvest. And it's an opportunity that not many kids get to do. When the day comes and you get to get them in the seat and shut the door and step away and watch them take the reins, it's gonna be emotional. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun.
I would love to see them take an interest in what we do.
I see this growing into the lives of my grandchildren. I consider no other occupation more worthy than taking the land and producing food from that will feed millions of people around the world.
It's a very humbling and honoring profession. And as a family, we work together. We farm together. And there's not just one person that is very crucial, it's a team effort. It's a blessing, is what it is.
So at the end of the day, our family is our farm, and our farm is our family. And we take pride in everything we do. And all this operation, all this land really beats to our core. And we take joy seeing it develop, seeing it grow, seeing each family take a part and be a part of this journey that we're taking together.
And we're going to wake up tomorrow to another adventure that we have the opportunity to explore and experience, and that keeps us going. And we are grateful for life and love of the land.